Uh, okay, tonight we are going to talk about you can lead a person to land, but you cannot make them buy. Okay? Why you can lead a person to land, but you cannot make them buy. Kind of like why you can lead somebody to water, but you can't make them drink. Like the water is right there. This is what you want. This is what you need. You need water. And you guys let me know if you can't hear me, okay? You need water, but they can't see it. They can't see it. Why is it a person will grow up, right? Will grow up, matter of fact, will be raised in an apartment or rent a house their whole life, see their mom and dad struggle, or whoever, if they're whoever's raising them struggle most times, and not think um that land is the solution. Why is the narrative always basketball, football, become an actor, entertainment? Why is the narrative some type of uh thing that's actually going to take money out of your pocket in the long run? Like a lot of people don't realize basketball players, if they get a $50 million contract, they honestly only putting about 15 million in their pocket. They honestly, by the time they pay taxes, lawyers, everybody and everything, they trainers, everybody and everything they have to pay, they only end up with probably 10, $15 million in their pocket. Okay? So why is that? Right? That people don't see land is just as essential as water, right? We need land, air, and water to survive. Without land, we're all dead. Essentially, we're pretty much all dead without some type of land, right? So we're gonna talk about why is that. Obviously, it's a brainwashing, and we're gonna talk about how easy it is, how easy it is to actually obtain land, freedom, okay, and the ability to raise your family without stress, without even being on Section 8 food stamps, any assistance from the government. How is it the Amish are able to sustain themselves through generations and generations and not even think about coming into the public but staying in the private? How is it that the Amish can have all these businesses making all these sheds and cabins and homes and have all these manufacturing things going on and make so much money and not be affected by the public? The Amish make their own food, they distribute it to the public, and a lot of people don't realize these Amish people are billionaires. Okay, how is it they're able to do this and sustain, and the rest of the world is out here begging for jobs, begging for jobs and apartments, and it's harder. Do y'all realize it's actually harder to attain a job than to start a business? It's actually harder to get an apartment than to buy land. I know you guys, my students, know this already. It's actually harder, and we talked about this before, so we're gonna talk about it again tonight. And we're gonna explore everything. So why is it, okay, anybody could tell me why in your experience, and if you want to say your age or around about age you are, why in your experience, and you guys have already heard me say it, why it took me so long to obtain land, but why in your experience, especially since I've shown you guys how easy it is, it took you so long? I want to get some feedback from somebody first, if somebody want to tell me.
Wait, can you ask that one more time, because you were skipping in and out? You said, why did it take so long to get land?
To realize you need land. To realize you need land.
Well, since I spoke, I might as well just answer from my perspective. For me, I just didn't know. It was a lack of education. I had no clue that it was that easy or simple, should I say, to get land. I had no clue. And everything I'm learning in this class, I didn't know was possible. So I was just very ignorant to the possibilities for me.
Excellent. Anybody else?
Yeah, same thing like what Colette was saying. I actually, more of it for me was fear and just procrastination too at the same time. But at first it was lack of knowledge, and then, fear of making moves. It was a process, but yeah, pretty much.
Okay. You wanna throw something at it, Chris, or no?
I mean, it's the same thing, but it's intentional to me. Like it's the indoctrination of, oh, you need a house. The house is the only way to secure your freedom, and it's the way to get rich is a house, 30 or more. You got to do this, you got to do that. That was the only thing that was pumped into my head. I never heard the word land. I never heard the word, hey, you can, privately contract. Like, no, you need a real estate agent. You have to go through this and that. It was never told to us because they don't want us to know this information to actually be able to better ourselves privately without their help, without their assistance, and without spending exorbitant amounts of money and getting in debt. You can go ahead and buy land and build your own house for pennies on the dollar of what it costs to pay a real estate agent and buy somebody else's house. So, yeah, I mean, lack of knowledge, but it's intentional. So I'm glad that you have shown light upon that.
Man, y'all the best. I swear, y'all the best. Y'all gave 3 different answers, and all 3 are the answers I was looking for. Y'all gave 3 different answers, and all 3 were the answers I was looking for. So you didn't know, right? Somebody said you didn't know. Somebody say just procrastination, and somebody said we were brainwashed into buying the house, right? We were brainwashed into buying a house. When we buy a house, we need verification of rent, that you were renting and paying your rent on time. Verification of income, that you have money coming in. You need bank statements. You need 2 years of W-2. You need to write a convincing letter for this person to sell your house. You need a inspection of the property. You need sometimes you need a co-signer. Okay, you need like about 10 things. Okay, when you're buying a house, you need a large down payment, whether the money comes from you or the government or somebody else. You usually need a large down payment. You need good credit. Okay, what am I up to? 910. You need good credit. You need all these things when you're buying a house. Okay, it's crazy. This is, and people spend their whole life or a large part of their life driving themselves crazy, spending all kind of money to fix their credit, to make sure they pay their rent on time, to make sure they keep a job. I mean, the hoops people go through to buy a house is ridiculous. All the hoops people go through. Okay?
Excuse me, Dragon.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you're breaking up so badly. Is it raining by you or
Okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. You know what? You guys give me a few seconds here. I might have to go downstairs. Give me a few seconds here. Let me go downstairs. Give me a few seconds. Kirby, open this door for me. Can y'all hear me now? Is that better? Okay, hang on. Let me go downstairs. upstairs. This might. Can y'all hear me now? Is this better? Is this better? Let me know what. Okay, hang on. Is this better? How about now? Is this better?
Yeah.
It's better. Can you hear me pretty clear? Okay. All right. So, matter of fact, hold on. Let me do something even better. Let me see if I can do something even better. Because they're having a conversation down there. All right. Give me 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Let me go out here by the pool. Oh, this is going to be even better. Sit by the pool. Oh, Lord. It's crickets out here. Oh, they done locked the pool. All right. And it's cricket. Okay. Can y'all hear me better now? Can y'all hear me better now? Okay. All right. This should work. All right. So what I was saying was why I was repeating what y'all was saying. So y'all said 3 different things, but the 3 different things y'all said was wonderful. Those are the 3 different things I was looking to hear. Okay. So somebody said, procrastination, somebody said because we're brainwashed into this 30-year mortgage. And somebody said, pretty much you didn't know, you don't know what you don't know, but we're always taught buy a house. We're always taught go to college, get a job, right? Don't y'all know that it's easier to, put together some business cards. Obviously, you're going to need money to do this. So you're going to have to either get a job to do this or borrow some money, right? But it's actually easier from 14, 16, 18, 21, whatever age. I don't care if you're 50 years old. It's actually easier to make some business cards, right? On the business cards, put whatever you do, whatever you want to do, okay? I don't care if it's consulting. I don't care if it's being a driver. I don't care, whatever it is. And then take another $5. Okay, I don't care if it's a mechanic, $5. All it's going to take is $5. Okay, I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for about, oh my God, probably 30 years. All right, over 30 years. Take $5, okay, and run an ad in a paper. When I started my own business over 30 years ago, I was like 14. I ran an ad in a newspaper. That's when we had newspapers. Okay, we had newspapers. Now we have the internet. You take $5. I do it now. To this yay, I do it right now. I take a $5 and I put an ad on Craigslist, and that $5 will. Matter of fact, last time I did it, probably about a month ago, the $5 yielded me about $2,500. $5 yielded me about $2,500. I placed the ad on Craigslist, and I did about $2,500 worth of work last month, and probably took me less than 2-3 days. $2,500 worth of work. Now, how hard is it to place an ad? I used to place ad in Auto Trader, Bargain Trader, Miami Herald. We had this one called a flyer. The flyer, all the tradesmen would advertise in the flyer. Okay, back then I was like, God, probably $30, anywhere from $5 to $30, right? How hard is it to place an ad? Okay, how hard is that, right? Now, if you got to go get a job, number one, you got to go dress up. You got to go down there and interview. No, you got to go down there, fill out the application, come back, interview, sometimes 2-3 times, be on your best behavior, have prior experience. Like, it's just crazy, the foolishness you have to go through to get a job. This is why it never made sense to me to go through all of this effort, exert all this energy to get a job when I could exert the same exact energy, matter of fact, less energy. That's why they say it's easier to smile than to frown. It takes me less energy, less money, because I don't have to drive nowhere, travel nowhere to place an ad. I don't even need business cards. You could just place an ad, but you could do either one. You could do business cards and put them everywhere, and flyers and put them in everywhere, or you could do matter of fact, now I'm gonna be honest with you. They have the app called Neighborhood. If you go on this app called Neighborhood, it's free. You could advertise your services to everybody in your neighborhood. Everybody in your neighborhood. It's free. Okay, so really now in these times, you don't even need money to start a business. You could just say, hey, I'm doing hair in the neighborhood. I'm doing nails in the neighborhood. I'm cutting grass in the neighborhood. I'm doing taxes in the neighborhood. I'm selling clothes in the neighborhood. I started my own bin store in the neighborhood. I started my own thrift store in the neighborhood. Whatever it is, I do daycare in the neighborhood. Whatever service you want to provide, it's too easy to start a business versus begging for a job. Okay? Does that make sense to anybody, or is it just me? Am I crazy? Somebody tell me. I don't mind. I don't mind. Y'all could tell me I'm crazy if I'm crazy. Somebody tell me. If somebody rebut me, anybody give me a rebuttal. I want somebody to give me a rebuttal. Somebody be the, what they call it, antagonist or whatever.
It's the same thing as the house. So you just indoctrinated into thinking, oh, you gotta go to school and get a job. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. They don't teach you how to be a businessman, how to be a businesswoman, how to do entrepreneurship, how to even do a trade anymore. All that's just taken out, and you're programmed by bells, and you're told to the teachers to sit down, shut up, don't ask no questions. We'll tell you what to do. It's the same thing, same exact thing. But again, I'm glad you shed the light on it.
Yeah, and
I think it depends on the.
Go ahead.
I think it depends on the. I think it depends too on the person. You just, like you said, you happen to be talking to a class full of people that's like-minded, but it depends on the person, because some people feel like that's an experience they want to have. They want to go through the interview process. They want to feel like that's, tackle something that's challenging to them. They want to pay rent. They want, some people, that's just where they are. I can't even fault them. I talk to them both. People that want to buy land and people that just like, oh, I'm cool. I want to get this job.
Absolutely. I agree with that. So some people, they do want the experience of having a job. I just spoke to a young lady not too long ago. She working a job. She make about $28, or I think her boyfriend make $30 and she make $28 or $18, something like that. And she was like, she loves her job. She loves her job. She's not even thinking about a business right now or anything. She said in the future, she does want her own business, which brings another point. Once you get a job, you become so comfortable this is what they want. This is what they want. They want you to be so comfortable. You're not even thinking about starting your own business. Do y'all see that? You get all your benefits, you get vacations, you just have to come and do your job and leave, so you don't have no liability. You get a steady paycheck. They try to make it so people not even thinking about starting a business. Do y'all realize that? They make it so they make it so Matter of fact, they put a lot of the narrative out there of how hard it is to start a business, right? What they try to do is like buying a house, right? Obviously, a house is convenient. You got flushing toilets, electricity, all this type of stuff. It's very convenient, right? They make it so buying a house, they know you're comfortable in a house, is so convenient. All you have to pay is $500, $2,500 a month mortgage. Mind you, all you're thinking about is a monthly payment, just like a car payment, right? All you care about is that if I could only get my car payment to $200 a month. I remember when I did car payments when I was 21 or 19, and all I could think about was if I could only get my car payment to $200 a month. I didn't care if I was paying $200 a month for 10, 20 years. I just wanted $200 a month car payment. Y'all remember stuff like that? Some of y'all going through that now. It's the same with a house. If I could only make my mortgage $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month, whatever it is, right? You're not even thinking about it's 30 years. You're not even thinking about if anything breaks, you have to fix it. You're not thinking about any of that. Only thing you're thinking about is how much you can pay. When you go get a job, only thing you're thinking is, man, if I could only make $20 an hour. I guess that's the number now, $20 an hour. You're not even thinking, shit, I can make $150 an hour just doing a consultation. I can make $150 detailing a car for a couple hours. I can make, Miriam, you're a hairstylist. When you did hair, you make $150 in what? A few hours, 5-6 hours at most, right?
Yeah, there were times that happened, yes.
Yeah, so you're not even thinking about that. You're thinking about if I could only make $20 an hour and that's it, right? They have programmed us with this limited belief. I'm not even going to get into manifesting right now. I'm just talking basic. I'm not even going to get into how we're able to see the lottery numbers, how we're able to see certain things, and I'm not even going to get into metaphysics right now. I'm going to get in an esoteric knowledge. I'm just going to be basic. Just a basic knowledge I'm dropping on y'all tonight. I want y'all to have a paradigm shift in your mind, okay? Now, I told y'all how easy it is to start a business. It's easy for free. Any business, you go right now on this app called Neighborhood and advertise your business. I guarantee you probably make $1,000 this month, just starting. If not the next few months, just starting, and then word to get around. $1,000. I don't care what you do. Mechanic, especially right now, car mechanics, fixing air conditioning in a house, anything like this right now, making crazy money, right? Now we're gonna get into land. How easy it is to buy land. My students already know. You need 5 things, not 10. I already listed the 10 things you need when you buy in a house. Good credit, verification of rent, verification of income, a convincing letter for the seller to sell you the house. You need inspections. You need a large down payment from you or somebody. I don't care if it's from FHA, giving a down payment for you, subsidizing the down payment for you, or what. You need a job, you need income, you need 2 years bank statements, 2 years taxes, just all these crazy things you need. And like I said, people spent years breaking their neck to fix their credit, breaking their neck to put together everything they need to buy a house. In the time it takes people to buy a house, they could have bought a piece of land, paid it off, leveraged the land to call a construction company to build them a house, get a construction loan to build them a house, or put a little cabin or trailer or camper on it and just call it a wrap. Because be honest with you, if you've ever lived in a big house, it's no big deal. You're over it. You're over it. If you ever drove a luxury car, a Rolls Royce Mercedes Benz, you're over it. You realize it's just a regular car. You could drive a regular car. You realize you could just live in a camper as long as it got a toilet, a comfortable bed, and somewhere to cook some food and shower. You're good. When you close your eyes at night to rest, you don't know if you're resting in Taj Mahal or in a woods or in the worst place on earth. As long as the bed is comfortable and the temperature in the air is comfortable. That's the only thing that matters. The mattress is comfortable and the temperature is comfortable. That's the only thing that matters. Does anybody close their eyes at night and because they're resting in the Taj Mahal or a palace, like literally rest any better than somebody that lives in a regular house with the same bed? You can have the same exact bed, the same room temperature. I mean, make it make sense. Why you want to kill yourself, waste your life, not spend no time with your offsprings, no time with your family. All you're doing is working to obtain something that it's not going to make you money. It's actually going to make them money, the powers that be, because you're paying so much money in interest. You're paying so much money and going to school. I can't tell you how many people I know pay thousands and thousands, including myself, thousands of dollars to go to school, pay thousands and thousands of dollars in rent, work hours and thousands of hours in job hours, and still end up nowhere, still have nothing to show. Is it just me? You spend thousands of dollars going to school, thousands of hours on somebody else's business, building their business up. You spend thousands of dollars fixing your credit. You spend thousands of dollars renting just to be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and still don't have a pot to piss in. Can I get an amen from some? I mean, is it just me?
Amen.
Is it?
Amen.
If I'm wrong, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Like, I don't care. Because correct me, please. Correct me.
You're not wrong.
This is 90% of people. We're all it, or we know somebody that they spend thousands of dollars in school, thousands of hours on a job, thousands of money renting, and they're no better than they were when they were 18, 19, 21 and moved out their parents' house. They're no better. Matter of fact, they're worse because now they have bad credit. Now they have all kind of bad stuff is on their record. Whereas you fresh out the gate, you don't have nothing on your record, right? You know now people got arrest record and criminal record and all kind of stuff, like people in worse condition than when they were 18. You know, got all kind of arrest records from trying to make it, trying to make money, trying to make it, right? People robbing, stealing, killing, doing all kind of stuff to make money, to keep a roof over their head and food in their stomach and their offspring's stomach. When all you have to do, I told a story many times. If I had to start all over again, all I would do is put an ad anywhere, in a paper, in a neighborhood, app, Craigslist, anywhere. Make business cards or flyers, pass them out. Matter of fact, I remember one of my first business, a car wash, I just hand wrote on a piece of paper that I'm washing cars. And a friend of mine, mom, worked in the office and we begged her to make some copies for us. She made like 30 copies for us and we passed it out to people that they looked houses. We went to houses that the people looked like they had a few dollars and we gave them our flyer and we had about 10 people, 10 cars to wash that weekend. I never forget, me and my little buddy, Sean, his name was Sean. We had about 10, we spent the whole weekend washing cars, the whole weekend. And we was getting money. We made about back then, $300. Two teenagers making $300 in a weekend in the late 80s. That was phenomenal. That was phenomenal, right? So I'm telling you guys, it's not impossible. Now, some people say, well, it's not consistent. That's why you need more than one business. You need more than one business. Having a job is not consistent. How many people been on a job and they cut your hours? I ain't even talking about firing you completely and you got to find another job. How many people been on a job expecting to work 40 hours? You come in and they cut your hours down to 30. Okay? It could happen on your job. Just like they could cut your hours. You know, that's why I say that's why you have multiple business. That's why people have multiple jobs. How many people work in 2 jobs, 3 jobs? I'm Jamaican, so they say I'm supposed to have 10 jobs. Okay? You work 2 jobs, right, Colette? Why not?
Yes,
why not
yes.
have 2 businesses? It's the same thing, less headache. You know why? People are programmed. It's the program. It's the matrix. The program is working. People are terrified of starting their own business, of jumping out there. And it's the easiest thing to do. I can't tell you how many people I've helped started businesses, and they're so grateful and thankful. I can't tell you how many people I've helped buy land, and they're so grateful and thankful. At first, it's like, what do I do with this business? Do what the business, with the business, what you would do if it was not your business. You would work hard. Don't y'all work hard on y'all job? Don't y'all show up on time? Don't y'all dress well? Don't y'all have good try to have good customer service? Well, some of y'all customer service horrible and always late to work. But the same thing y'all do on y'all job, perform at your top best, is the same thing you do at your business. It's the same thing. You sit there on your business 8 hours. Sit and work on your business. I mean, you sit there on your job 8 hours. Sit there and work on your business 8 hours. 8 hours. Time I get up, time I rest. If I'm not with my family, I'm working on my business, or I'm working on myself. I'm working on my businesses, or I'm working on myself. It's the same 8 hours, and I don't even have to leave my bed, leave my house. Now, when we talking about buying land, we just need 5 things, right, class? Can y'all name the 5 things? I just went over them last class. It's just 5 simple things. Number 1 is a trust. We set up our trust, right? It doesn't have to be the first thing we do, but that's one of them. We set up our trust. What's another one?
Offer a contract.
Which contract?
Offer contract.
Offer contract. We write up a contract that we make our offer for the property. And in the offer contract, we'll put our offer. Hey, I want to make you payments. I'll put down 0, but over the next 12 months, I'll give you $200 a month, $50 a month, whatever. So over the next 12 months, you'll get $500 or $5,000. And then we'll use that as a down payment. And now I'm going to start making you regular payments, and we just keep it going. Or I could give you cash, or whatever our offer is, we write it up in an offer contract. Perfect. Thank you, Miriam. What's another one? Purchase contract. Once they accept our offer, we have to write up a purchase contract because we're getting ready to purchase it. Okay? The purchase contract is so simple. Seller agrees to sell for X amount. Buyer agrees to buy for X amount. That's all a purchase contract is. After the purchase contract, what we need? Starts with a P. Promissory note contract. The promissory note contract is going to detail everything from our offer contract and our purchase contract. It's going to just be a detail of everything we agree to, the buyer agreed to, and the seller agreed to. Okay. Now, after we written up our promissory note contract, if we're, making monthly payments or weekly payments, however, whatever you agree on, yearly payments, bi-yearly payments, whatever you agree on. After you do that, everything needs to be recorded. The public need to be put on notice that, hey, I'm the new owner. And what's that contract called? A deed. It's supposed to be a title, but the system we're in, we get deeds. Okay, we get deeds. All right, a deed contract. Okay, and like I say, a trust contract, putting the property in your trust, so when you pass away, you don't have to worry about the government or anybody coming to take the property from your heirs or your offsprings or your beneficiaries, because you already have everything set up in your trust for the next beneficiary to take over. That's all we need. We don't need no verification of rent, no verification of income, no 2 years bank statements, 2 years what they call it, IRS taxes. We don't need nothing. We don't need no good credit. It doesn't matter if you owe child support. It doesn't matter if you have judgments. Nothing matters. All you need is these 5 things. Am I right, class? All 3 of y'all on brought properties with me or through me. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. Yes.
And all 3 of y'all are on y'all way to literally paying off y'all properties in a few years, some of you less. And once you pay off that property, you own an asset, free and clear, that has went up in value, called equity. Not only that, you can receive residual income every month from that property forever. The reason why I'm at this luxury hotel with my family for 7 days, 7 years, is because, put your mute your mic, Colette.
Okay.
For 7 years is because my tenants are paying for it. I have tenants that pay me rent, okay? And I do my little gig work because I place my ads and I have referrals. I do my little gig work, okay? And I'm able to take my family on vacation for 7 years and not even sweat, not even think about anything. Not even worry about if my job gonna be there when I get back. Nothing. I have no worries. No worries. You know why? Because of land. Because of land and because of a skill. Learn a skill. Well, let me say because of a business. Because you can learn your skill while doing your business. I learned my skill while I didn't know anything about contracting when I started. Anything. I didn't even have any tools. I had to go buy a screwdriver. I didn't have any tools. I brought a screwdriver. I placed the ad. I never forget when I actually started this business, I placed the ad saying I do moving service. And I will move you for $75 for 4 hours or 2 hours. Every 2 or 4 hours, it'll be $75. My phone was blowing up, okay? I was moving people left and right, okay? And it was per man. So if I got another man, it was 75 for him. And that's how I really made the money, because I would pay that man 25 and I would keep the 50. Okay, I would pay him 25 and I would keep the 50. And then from there, obviously you got to assemble furniture and beds and stuff. So I started doing that. Then, people would say, hey, do you patch walls? So I started doing that. Little by little, I became a contractor. I did not even know. All from placing an ad saying I'm a mover, I move people. Okay? I could be doing that right now, breaking my back, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to break. I'd rather work on my real estate business. I'd rather work on my university, my Dragonland University. I'd rather work on helping people. Okay? I'm telling you guys, it's easy. It is easy. In our class, we have 3 things we do. We already have a list of sellers, a great list of sellers willing to sell to us. All the sellers y'all dealt with that I gave y'all had any major issues, like as far as like them scamming you or anything like that? Everything on the top, right?
On the top, right?
Yeah, no, it's good.
Good business people, right? Like,
Yeah.
even with hiccups, like they still come back and correct it, right? Another way we do is we find the properties that we want and we make offers. We make offers, okay? And another way we do is we do tax deeds where we can buy the properties really cheap, okay? And do whatever we want to do with them, right? So this is the thing. As easy as I'm saying things are, people will still see the water and not drink. People will still be thirsty, see the water and not drink. People will still be out here struggling, see all they need is a piece of land and a little trailer or something on it and still not do it. They'd rather pay rent. Right? People will see how easy it is to start a business, do a business, and still be comfortable on their job. But you guys, my students, y'all know better. Y'all know better. Next 2-3 years, I don't want anybody talking about they on their job because they have to be. You could be on your job because you want to be, but I don't want nobody talking about they on their job because they have to be. Because the next 2-3 years, I want everybody paying their lands off, putting proper infrastructure on their land, and making residual income on their land. Definitely by the next 5 years. That's all it takes. At most 9 years. In 9 years, 9 is the number of completion. You should be a millionaire. I'm proof of it. I am proof of it. I've been in this since 2017, so I'm 7 years in. My net worth is anywhere from 150,000, realistically 150,000 to about 350,000. Realistically, on a low end, if I liquidated everything, I would get 150,000. On the high end, about 350,000, 150 or 350, anywhere between there. In the next 2 years, it's gonna explode. The way the economy going, if the economy great, like back in the early 2000s or back in 2020, where everybody got money, PPP loans, all kind of stuff, I'm gonna definitely make a bunch of money. Definitely. My properties are gonna skyrocket in value. Can you imagine if we go back to early 2000s? Can you imagine if we go back to 2020? My equity alone would triple. Just my equity. Just what my properties would be worth. It would triple. Okay, and I would sell everything and cash out about $1 million, 750,000, anywhere in there, $500,000. Right? Imagine if the economy go bad. Nobody can afford to rent. We in a Great Depression. You know who made money during the Great Depression? Landowners. That's who was making all the money. Landowners. People could not afford apartments. People were building campers and trailers. That's when campers and trailers became very popular. I actually own a homemade camper a guy made from 1933 for his family, and his granddaughter sold it to me for $270, and that's how they survived the Great Depression. When he died, he was worth about in the millions. I think it was 6 million, something like that, or 16 million. You should see his mansion in Raleigh, Durham area, North Carolina, with a lake, bass fishes in there, everything. The man died and left his family money, okay? A legacy, equity, okay? This was a man back in 1933, could not afford anything. He had to build himself a camper for his family, okay? Build himself a camper for his family. I'm going to do another video on that camper. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to go and see that family and have them come on video and talk about it. All right? But that's the metal camper that y'all see sometimes I'm in or I'm talking about. Okay? All because of real estate. So people had to find people that was renting land that they could go on and rent the land and grow food and live. And live. If the world literally came to an end, do y'all and there was no grocery stores, do y'all think people would stay in the city or go out in the country if we had another Great Depression? Some idiots would stay in the city, but most people be looking in the country. Looking somewhere they could go grow some food and set up a tent, a camper, build a little house, a little shed, anything like that. I mean, is it me? Am I wrong or right? So either way the economy go, I'ma win. I'm gonna win. That's why I'm not worried. It's the people that's renting. It's the people that have these high mortgages that's gonna lose. Right now, don't you know people that own houses are crying right now? As the prices of houses go up, people are crying because they cannot afford them. And people that already own houses, guess why they're crying? I just saw a video about it. They're crying because their taxes are going up and they cannot afford it. Let me see if I can play the video again for y'all. The taxes are going up and they cannot afford it and they are crying. People are crying. That's why I'm telling y'all, people that own houses, people that are renting, y'all are the ones that are gonna be suffering. Is it this one? Mass builds 40 million homes. It might be that one. Let's look at this one. It might be this one, 40 million homes.
Do you like having a P.O. box but are tired of wasting time and money driving to the post office? At iPostal One, we can help. With iPostal One, you can get a real physical street mailing address that's better than a P.O. box for as little as $9.99 a month. Choose an address from thousands in our network.
Okay, people that are renting.
What's up, guys? John here. The biggest backroom real estate deal just happened. It's going to change home ownership in America forever, and it was done quietly late last night as we stepped into the weekend, hoping to go unnoticed. Well, I'm here to kind of show you what's going to happen here, because this is absolutely crazy. The FHFA, Federal Finance Housing Agency,
hang on,
and Freddie Mac.
People can't pay their taxes because real estate prices going up. You guys already know, okay? You guys, this is something you guys can look up. This is something you guys can look up for yourself. You guys already know. This is something you guys can look up for yourself. People are complaining. People that own homes, have equity in their homes, are complaining that they cannot pay for their home, their taxes. These are the people that are going to be losing their houses. They're going to be losing their houses if they don't pay the taxes. These are people that are going to be forced to sell their houses. People that own land, okay, are probably going to end up quitting their jobs because it's going to be so many people trying to rent the land from us. trying to camp on our land. Right now, I have people blowing my phone up. Okay, they're in hotel rooms. They can't afford the hotel rooms anymore. They got kicked out of their house, their Airbnb. Oh, I saw your ad on Hip Camp, Vanley. I got a couple people from Vanley right now on my land. And they're like, hey, we just need to camp out. We don't need anything. We're good. We just need a place to rest in peace. They love being out there in the woods. Nobody bothering them. Nobody even know they're back there. They love it. Okay? I'm telling you guys, land is the biggest kept secret. The biggest kept secret. Y'all see my life. It's the biggest kept secret. They want you to believe, oh, that raggedy piece of land, and then 6 months down the line, you see somebody bought it and put a McDonald's, Burger King, or a subdivision up in there. Okay? How many times you drove by a piece of property and you like that raggedy piece of land, next year, 2 years, they done built a shopping center, a subdivision, a McDonald's, a Burger King, or something. How many people done seen that?
All the time.
All the time. Look how they gentrifying neighborhoods. Oh, they'll never come into Liberty City, Opelika, Crenshaw, Chicago. They'll never come into our urban areas. Brooklyn, New York. Now, right, Miriam, you go to Brooklyn, New York, you can't even recognize it. You go to Harlem, you can't even recognize it.
I can't even recognize 2 blocks from where I live right now.
I'm telling you, last time I went to Brooklyn, about 2019, I didn't even recognize it. There was gentrifying so much. I could just imagine right now. Property, land, specifically land. It's not no overnight get rich quick, but I promise you, it's like stocks. You buy $1,000 in stocks, one day you get up and your $1,000 is now $10,000. It happens that quick. That's how real estate is. And it could go down too. But as it's going down, it doesn't matter. You still collecting rent. All them landlords that own property, that bought land and property in 2020 and the early 2000s, that their property value went down. Guess what? They wasn't crying. Why? They were still collecting rent. No matter what, people got to have somewhere to live. They were still collecting rent. Matter of fact, rent been going up, not down. Can I get an amen? Is anybody rent going down? Even if real estate goes down, has anybody rent went down? Somebody tell me if they rent actually went down. I'm talking about they didn't move, they in the same place, and the landlord say, you know what? Instead of rent going up this year, it's gonna go down $300, $100. Maybe it's just me. Did somebody rent go down? Colette,
in New York City.
Miriam, Chris, is rent going down?
No, it isn't. New York City. It's ridiculous. Actually, the average 1 bedroom out here in a decent neighborhood is about $2,000 and up.
And we're supposed to be in a recession, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all been hoodwinked and bamboozled so bad. It just baffles me. People can't see what I see. It's just baffling. People be like, how you live like that? I'll be like, how you live the way you live? How you pay rent? How you get up and gotta go to work? You gotta get out your beautiful rest and get up and work. I don't know how you live the way you live. How you can't take your family on vacation. How you can't get up and whenever you feel like it. I'm trying to figure out how y'all live the way y'all live. It's baffling, man. Anyhow, I'm not going to stay here long. I got to get back upstairs to my family.
Oh, real quick.
Yes, questions and comments. Questions and comments. What you got?
Well, this is just since you brought up the rent thing. I was talking to somebody who was telling me that they're paying $2,800 for a 2-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms, and they got a parking space and everything. And they were just telling me they were very passionate about how they got such a deal.
Such
that
a
is
deal,
the best
right?
thing. Like, dude, $2,800. I can't. I mean, I can, but I'm not. That's ridiculous to me.
And they passionate about it. Like, I got such a great deal. Look at this.
Yes. She was very passionate.
It's crazy.
I didn't get it.
They are passionate about getting duped in the butt. Oh, I'm getting screwed, y'all. Oh my God. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
They twisting my arm. I'm getting stabbed in the back. Thank God. Y'all won't believe the amount of backstabbing I'm getting.
Crazy.
This is how deep the brainwashing is. People actually brag about, oh, my rent is so cheap. Oh, y'all won't believe I got such a low rate on my mortgage. I got such a low interest rate. Oh, I got such a low car payment. I just be like, bragging, happy. And I'd be like, hey, the same money you paying on that car payment, you could just buy a car cash and go buy you some land out here. They looking at me like I'm crazy. Hey, the same amount of money you making in rent payment, you could just go buy a piece of land and throw a camper on it, and just take your time and build a house, a home, and grow food. They looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm looking at them like they crazy, and they looking at me like I'm crazy. This is my world. Y'all see what I go through?
I think it's on all levels of life, though. Everything, like, to me, it's on all levels of life. It is land, definitely, but it's everything. Like you said, it's rent. Mm-hmm. It's groceries. Like, what you get for $100 a year ago, you can't get that now. You walk out with 2 or 3 things as opposed to a few things 1 or 2 years ago. Life is constantly going up, and I think a lot of people are waking up to that. To the fact that they can't afford stuff, and then they still don't know what to do. They kind of riding it out because they think it's going to change, it's going to get better, and they don't see that rent is going up, the gas is going up. People are like, oh, it's going to go down soon. Or it's going to by next summer or by this, that, and the other. They're not seeing the trend. They're not following the trend, and it's worldwide. It's not just around in their neighborhood. It's everywhere. People just don't see it.
They think they're going to run an African somewhere else and it's going to be different.
Right.
Has gas went down for anybody? Maybe it's just me.
It's gone down here, but it's not going to stay down. It's just like a temporary thing.
Right. They bring it down for a little while, like interest rates, then they raise it right back up on you.
Yes. And I know that very well because I use a lot of gas, so I know.
Okay, what's going up? Your wages, your rent, food, gas. Well, let me say what's not going up. What's not going up?
But you know what? Wages in some areas, they're raising minimum wage type of stuff.
But not significant.
Not significant enough to keep up with everything else that's going up. So you're still way behind, no matter if they raise your rent or not.
I make my own increase. I just did a gig the other day. I charged a guy $250. He didn't even blink. He was like, okay, because they know prices going up. Some people, even the people that say, dang, why you went up? Don't you pay more money at the grocery store? Don't you pay more money in gas? Well, I do too. That's all I got to tell them. Then they be like, oh, you're right. What you think I'm going to still charge you $150 when gas done doubled from $1.98 to almost $4? No, I'm going to charge you $350. And they're like, oh, you're right. But if I had a boss I gotta go beg. I gotta go tell my boss I need a raise. Now, how much raise you think I'm gonna get? If I do get a raise, probably $1, if that. They gonna tell me go back to school, get a higher education, and come back just to get another $5 raise or whatever. But when I have a business, don't when y'all go into a business, the Snicker bar be $1.29, and the next day it be $1.79. The business instantly raised their prices. Did the business even ask the customers, hey customers, can we raise the prices on y'all? What business y'all ever went into and the business asked a customer, asked you, hey, can I raise the price on y'all? Or did they just do it? Did they just raise the prices and you went in there with shock? That's what I'm telling you. Start your own business. You can give yourself the increase. You can give yourself raises. Businesses don't care. Businesses gonna raise their prices. They're not gonna ask you nothing. Either you gonna pay it or you not. Your boss is not gonna give you no significant raise. The government not gonna give you no significant raise in minimum wage. The only way you get a significant raise is you give yourself a raise. Build your own business. It's too easy. I've been doing this my whole life since I was 14 years old. Out of over 30 years out here having an income, only 5 years did I work for another company, another business, another family. Only 5 years. That's another thing. Y'all got to build this for your family. You don't see Trump family, not even Biden family, breaking up. As toxic as Joe Biden's son is, Joe Biden stick by his son. You don't see the Rockefeller family, no family breaking up. The Kennedy family, it's family. Building a business with your family. No matter how your family is, you got to keep your family together and keep the wealth in your family. This is too easy. This is too easy. All you need is a paradigm shift in your mind and you can have the same life I live. That's all people need that's all y'all need is a paradigm shift. Something need to click in your brain. You know, my son is 16 and the other one is 21. By the time my 21 is 25, he'll be a millionaire because I'm going to make sure. By the time my 16-year-old is 21, he'll be a millionaire because I'm going to make sure. By the time my daughter's 6, by the time my daughter's 11, 12, she'll be a self-made millionaire because I'm going to make sure. All of them got land already. You know, obviously I brought it for them. And I'm going to be showing them how to put campers and dwellings on their land. Okay? I'm just going to sign the lands over to them. They're going to be building equity on their land. They're going to be building infrastructure on their land. And in the next 5 years, they'll all, I can't say 100% self-made because I'm helping them, but they'll all be millionaires or at least 100,000 heirs, at least 100,000 heirs. In the next 5 years, they'll never have to work another day in their life if they don't want to.
Damn, I wish you were my daddy.
I wish I was my daddy. Imagine if I had a dad like me when I was 18, 21. I'll be up there with daggone Donald Trump. Shit.
Right?
I wish I was my daddy.
It is everything that you're teaching your children, they'll teach their children. So if you're breaking the generational curse of,
right.
You know.
And I'm telling you guys, it's not just that. What gets me is how easy it is. This is not hard. This is not hard. Okay? This is this hard for any of y'all? Was this hard?
No.
I wish I would have did it 30 years ago.
You wish you would have did it 30 years ago, right? Me too.
Yes.
Imagine if we bought that piece of land 30, 40 years ago, 20, 10 years, 5 years ago, even 5 years ago, 2018, 2019, that we know for a fact we could have got it for 5,000, 10,000. Now we heard it went up to 30,000, 50,000 because of what happened in 2020. Just in the last 5 years, I told y'all my ranch, I bought it for 35,000. Now it's worth about 150,000. I'm telling y'all, it is not.
That's amazing. What year did you buy that ranch?
2020, August 2020.
And
I
it's
never
worth
forget.
130,000.
Yes.
Oh my God!
If I give you the address, you pull it right up on Zillow. My buddy, I just made him buy land for, we had it for 35, but we ended up getting it for 25,000. The neighbor building a house next door. The house is pretty much done, right? He bought it for 25,000. If they built another house down the street. If he wants, he could sell it for 80,000, all within 1 year. All within 1 year. All it takes is your neighbor to put up a nice house. All it takes is them to put a Walmart, Burger King, your neighbor to build. You don't even have to do anything. You personally do not have to do. You just have to buy next to somebody that is gonna do something. That's all you got to do. In my area, they building a 1,000-acre water park. They cannot build and remodel houses fast enough around there. They cannot build and remodel houses fast enough around there. Old ass houses that when I first moved around there 3-4 years ago, I was like, oh my God, how would they even start to rebuild that house? Now they rebuild them houses. Them houses look like mini mansions. Little tiny houses that was like 150,000, now they like 450,000. Edenton, North Carolina. Wow. Y'all look it up. Y'all look up Edenton, North Carolina, and all the surrounding areas. Prices went from 150. Prices tripled and quadrupled since 2020 and prior. You don't have to believe me. Look it up. Edenton, North Carolina. Matter of fact, that's the first house built ever in North Carolina. It's in Edenton, North Carolina. I've been there personally. I go there all the time. I think I did a video on it. I know the neighbor. She's real cool. The first house ever built in North Carolina is in my area, down the street by 15 minutes. I'm telling y'all, land, property, that's why they say location, location, location. You just have to buy in the right location. How many raggedy houses we know in the hood we could have got for 100,000, 300,000. Now the $100,000 house, now the $20,000 house is 300,000, and not even remodeled. Just it's sitting there raggedy. Now the $300,000 house is now $1 million, 800,000, 700,000. You just have to buy it and sit on it. Let it sit. I promise you, within 5-10 years, because it's always a 5-10 year cycle, you'll have enough money to retire, to go buy more property, to go invest elsewhere. Whatever you want to do with the money, just buy a piece of land. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It's just like the stock market. Just hold on to a stock for 10 years, 5 years. Right, Miriam? You're doing stocks. Just hold on to a stock for 5 years, 10 years. You done. You retired. Yeah. Real estate is even more powerful because of real estate, you get residual income. With stocks, you might get dividends, but the residual income you get off your land is way more powerful than dividends. The residual income I get from renting my land, I could never get them type of dividends from any stock. I'd have to invest 100,000 to get 1,000. I invested 1,000, call it 3,000, whatever, with the cabin and everything, and I'm getting 1,000 every month. At minimum 400 or 500 every month. Sometimes 1,200 every month, like clockwork. Okay? I'm telling y'all. Y'all see it for yourselves. My students see my Cash App going off. Cling, cling, ching. Y'all know that Cash App noise? Ching, ching. I love when that noise be going. Sometime in the middle of the night, I be hearing ching, ching. My son like, dang.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah, middle of the night.
That's better than a text.
Okay. Is it just me when y'all Cash App go off, y'all be so happy? There's something about that Cash App noise, boy.
Yeah.
That ching ching. Anyhow, I'm not gonna keep y'all, man. Y'all have any more questions, comments, anything like that? If not, y'all already know what it is. Next Tuesday class, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Now we're gonna break down each of the 5 things. Okay, we're gonna break down trust. We're gonna break down trust contract, deed contract, promissory note contract, purchase contract, offer note contract. We're gonna break them down starting next class. Okay. What y'all want to start with? Let me ask y'all, which contract y'all want to start with for next class?
Can we start? Well, my thoughts. Can we start with the first thing we need? The first contract that we need.
Offer contract.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start with that next class. Offer contracts. Okay.
Okay.
All right, and y'all get ready to role play because that's gonna take some role playing. All right.
Okay.
All right, love you guys. I love you. No matter what, I love you. Thank you for dealing with my crazy self. And
love you too, Dragon. You too, yeah.
And I'll see y'all next Tuesday at 8 p.m. God willing, okay?
Yes, sir. God willing.
Okay.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye, Miriam. Okay. Bye-bye, Colette. Good night, Chris. Good night.
Hi, everybody.
Okay. All right.
Y'all hear it for yourself, man. And we didn't have a big turnout tonight because I think the 4th of July weekend, all my students got stuff going on. But normally my class is packed. Y'all get in my mastermind, 754-229-0940, 754-229-0940. I'm telling y'all, I'm at a luxury resort right now with my family. We've been here at this one. We've been here like 4 years. We was at another one in Raleigh like 3 years. Enjoying life. We got pool, jacuzzi. We got the gym. We got everything. We got food, include breakfast, all that type of stuff, man. Y'all can have this lifestyle, man. It's not hard. What baffles me is how easy it is. $11, y'all get in my mastermind. $11 per class or $222 for lifetime membership. Get the business package with it for $333. If y'all say, man, Dragon, I see what you're doing. I don't have time. Like some of my students, it's $1,000, $999. And I do something for $777 if you pay right away. But if you, because you can make payments on it. I take payments on it. You can pay whatever you want, as much or as little as you want. I don't stress you about that. Just, the slower you pay, the slower I work with you. Okay. So you go at your own pace, and you can choose any package and make payments on it. All right. Make my Cash App go off. Make it clap. 754-229-0940. 754-229-0940. Talk to y'all later. Peace.